Welcome back to the new season of the Kicking Off podcast. We've taken a bit of time off, but we're back. Chris is here, otherwise known as Rev, if you're watching us, and Blair as well is back.
Hi.
Enjoyed
Hello.
pre-season?
It's been lovely. It's been lovely watching the World Cup.
Well, pre-season for us was a bit hit and miss at times. We had some good games and then some slightly appalling ones, but definitely smashing Man City 3-0 was a highlight of the pre-season.
Yeah, well, no one cares. No one cares about the Community Shield when they lose.
The most important trophy of the year. I don't know what you're on about.
And Blair will have had at least some decent experiences with the new owner of Sheffield Wednesday. It'll be
very good, mate.
Surely we're going to get a lot more positivity from you, other than wanting to cry every week going through the Chansiri era.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It's weird now because like expectations have suddenly changed. Now it's like you want to win every game now, so it's like it's a different type of anger.
Yeah,
when you lose, like we lost on Thursday night, and I'm still not over it. So let's not just talk about that. We're talking Premier League on this podcast anyway, none of this League One bullshit.
Just need a manager with some tactical nous, mate. That might help.
Yeah.
Talking about a manager with some tactical nous, Jakirovic.
Oof.
Who's that nobody?
A nobody from Croatia.
Mate, I absolutely love him. And I said to Chris, I had a phone call with Chris, I've probably said it to you. And I said, I'm under no illusions Sergei Jakirovic they might not win the game, but defensively, he will make it unbelievably difficult for Manchester United. And I don't think anybody, from a Hull perspective, could have even thought that it would have gone as well as it did. But I was at the game. I thought we looked comfortable. It didn't matter how much possession Man United had. I was never worried. The new goalkeeper, Zalakis, looks 17 million quid, looks an absolute steal. He looks unbelievable. And
he made a great save. He made a great save against Burma, didn't
he? Yeah, and I don't have an heart attack every week, every time ball gets passed back to Ivo Pando anymore because he can't kick. And he doesn't come off his line. And when he does, it's 10 minutes after he already should have. So, but Ivo did do well for us, to be fair, over the season. But I think if he's putting nerves into the fans every week, he was certainly putting nerves into the defensive line. And yeah, well, me and Elliot got there extremely early. They had a Tigers Trust event on for the kids, which was really good. So he went in there and took some penalties, and they had, the inflatables for the kids. So he was blasting footballs into top corners.
Sammy Snake.
Sammy Snake. It's a 20-foot cock and balls, man. and we played a bit of football, tennis, and that. It was he loved it. So really good for the kids. But anyway, we get to the stadium early, and as we're walking up to Tigers Trust, the cars start to pull up, and you know when they're the footballers, because it's the super flash cars start coming into car park. And he managed to get a photo with I think he got a photo with Louis Coyle, Regan Slater, Ollie McBurney, who else did he get with? I can't remember, but he was absolutely buzzing. And you can tell once you're in the Premier League, because an hour before kickoff, the stadium, well, an hour and a half before kickoff, the stadium was absolutely even. There were so many people around the place. But I don't think anyone felt any nerves, I think everybody fully believes in what the team can do as a collective, but most of all, how good they buy into Jakirovic and his team's tactics.
Yeah, it's got a bit. I don't want to say it, but it's very similar to when Chris Wilder got Sheffield United promoted. Not last time, the first time around, and COVID derailed them. But they had so much momentum, and all the fans in the stadiums believed they could win every game.
Mm.
And I think that's what you've got, and it's really hard to stop.
What did you think of the Bruno Fernandes comment after the game when he turns around and says, "Well, they've played 4-2-3-1 all pre-season"? Did no one at Man United look at what they did throughout last season?
Well, that's it. I mean, I think there's a an argument to be had about most managers these days don't look at the opposition that much anymore, and they only care about themselves. Whereas Jakirovic, we know for a fact, he chopped and changed it every week last season for you guys.
Yeah.
And then there was a comment where it came out, but I think he looked at the AC Milan game when AC Milan beat Man United in pre-season last week, and he completely ripped up his game plan for Saturday's game for you guys and changed it because he watched that AC Milan game. And, I'll do what they did.
Yeah, I can see how we can exploit them.
Yeah,
and I know Man United have had a huge amount of flack, and match of the day. Other than the words coming out of the mouth of saying Hull City were brilliant, the whole focus was on everything Man United did wrong. But at the game,
it's a shocking result from a Man United point of view. It's not lie. Like a newly promoted team, you know.
But other than them having 71% possession, what did they do?
Exactly, shit. Simple as, weren't they? It's absolutely. I remember 10 years ago, Sheffield Wednesday beat Arsenal 3-0 in the League Cup, third round, right? And before that game, it was like the crowd was just buzzing and the players were buzzing, and Arsenal couldn't reach that level at all game, no matter what they had on. The chucked on like Walcott, chucked on Oxlade-Chamberlain, and they just couldn't get themselves up to that level of what the crowd and the players were like doing that night, and it seemed very similar to Hull were like that. But Man United just didn't have an answer, and there was no way they were going to ever get back into the game. And like when Regan Slater's putting in bloody crosses like Declan Rice, you know you're going to win because he can't do that normally, can he? Like
50 grand Regan Slater, mate. As Hull fans love to sing. Go on, Chris. What do you have to think of it?
So after I looked at half-time and I saw the score and I thought, well, this is a game worth watching. And to be honest, Hull just looked composed. They didn't look nervous. And I think it's a good example of a team that's been built as a team full of that work together, not a bunch of individuals. At no point did they look worried when Man U had about 5 players in the box. I mean, Man United just couldn't seem to get any composure at all. Like there was a moment I think Sesko had the ball dropped to his feet in the box. All he needed to do is turn around and take a shot, but somehow I ended up going backwards with it. I was just like, what am I watching here? This is a striker I wanted a year ago, to come sign for us, and he can't even get the ball out of his feet.
Well, I saw a lot of the comments from various Man United podcasts or on Twitter, and a lot of it was them saying we didn't move the ball quick enough, we didn't do this, we didn't do that. But I firmly believe it was because that's what Hull forced them to do. Hull managed to get into position, they cut off all the channels, essentially. They couldn't play through them, and when they did manage to play that pass through, they just got crowded out. Like they got swarmed by 4 or 5 Hull players. They won the ball back, and Hull got the ball wide unbelievably quick. And we said it all last season, and Yuri Tillemans is a great player, but he doesn't have any legs. So putting him into a midfield that already can't run, easy.
That was strange, wasn't it? Because last season, I know Kobe Mainoo wasn't the best player in the world, but him doing all the running around for Casemiro really helped Casemiro, didn't he, last season?
Yeah, huge.
And I've never really watched Andrea Santos. What's Andrea Santos for Chelsea? So I don't know what sort of midfielder what he's like, but it looked like from what I saw anyway, they were screaming for a bit of legs in midfield from a Man United point of view. And then look at the centre halves they chose. I mean, Harry Maguire
for the last 4 years, isn't it? They've not changed.
No, Aiden Heaven, I don't know what he's doing there. And you got Yoro on bench that paid £70 million for last season. He looked quite good.
Oh, Martinez.
And then, Martinez is injured, I think.
Oh, is he? Right, okay.
But then but again, if from a Man United point of view, like they're still playing Luke Shaw. He's been there 12 years now. He's done nothing, has he? And I think like when you look at his like assists from an attacking left back point of view, I think he's like got less than 12 assists in 12 years. I'm not even joking. I'm going to actually find that out while on the phone.
Yeah, there's a lot of clubs you look at and think, this is what would fix Man United, this is what would fix Liverpool. Like, And the clubs just don't seem to be want to making those sorts of transfers.
No,
They seem to be
they just
big
want to sign the big flashy
big money
ones. don't they?
forwards, and like Man United's defence hasn't changed, and they want to play fast counter-attacking football, but put in Harry Maguire who can't run and Yuri Tillmans who can't run.
I'll tell you what, though,
he was defending his own player.
it was that bad of a performance from Man United, and they didn't play well. I'm telling you now, over the 90 minutes, Harry Maguire was their best player, and that's still with him trying to, when the ball comes into the box,
well, it's hilarious, isn't it? It's hilarious, isn't it? Because when the England squad got announced, didn't they? Or everyone was saying, "Oh, it's a disgrace," but Harry Maguire not being picked for the England squad. He's there, like marking his own defender for your first goal.
And I know there was that moment for Harry Maguire, but honestly, I was at the game. He was their best player by quite some distance. He did have a good,
isn't it?
He did have a good game outside of that one moment where he just decided to, grab his own player. But I have to give credit to all of the whole players. I couldn't have picked a man of the match after the game, because all of them gave it absolutely everything. We had we obviously played the back three. I had doubts about Egan just because is he 33? I think he's 33 years old. He was brilliant for us last year, but he decided to put Ajayi and Mendy either side of him, the new signing, to put the legs around him. And I think the stats are that, like, John Egan's got something like the most, like clearances or whatever in a Premier League game for something like last 10 years or something. Like on an opening day, he was like unbelievable. He got on the end of absolutely everything, and that whole team only had 3 new signings in it.
Yeah.
So does it get to the point where you're sort of thinking, is it all about having a huge investment? Obviously, you need new signings, but when you're newly promoted, like you're looking at Coventry, they spent 30 million quid, didn't they, on
a keeper.
On Rushworth, that they spent 30 million quid on that winger from Burnley. Like, why are you paying those fees? They're not that good a player. It seems mad to me. It seems like you get forced into that position where you believe that you have to make a statement that it shows that you've paid.
Luke Shaw, by the way, has 18 assists in 297 games.
God.
Yeah, that's.
And how many games has he had injured?
Oh, well, that's
that time.
About 150 as well. But, I don't understand why Man United's transfer, we're talking every season. It's boring, isn't it now? It's just same old. It just goes around in circles. They should be beating newly promoted teams. It's Manchester United we're talking about. No matter what they do, it just never works out. But we said the last season they're going to end up giving Michael Carrick the job. He's going to get the job. He's then not going to know what to when people work him out, and he has to then adapt to something in a game because the opposition managers work them out. It's exactly the same happened with Ole Gunnar. He ends up getting sacked because he hasn't got an answer.
But yes, he's got one bit of credit. He got Man United third last year. But before he takes the Man United job, what credentials does Carrick have?
Getting sacked at Middlesbrough.
And then you've got people saying that, Hull have got nothing. They've got this nobody manager, and he's managed 2 clubs that play in Champions League. Before he comes to
Champions League, he got that. He kept that team up in Turkey Super League, who had no budget, no transfers, and nothing. He kept them up.
Yeah, and how good? Let's go on, Chris.
You know what though? He's probably going to go draw at Everton next week and beat Man City the week after, because that's just what Man United love to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
They just seem like a mentality team. Like, I would go as far as to say there was a little bit of disrespect towards Hull before this game. We thought, we're going to turn up and walk away with it, and then they got found out. I mean, we've all heard it, the phrase, defense wins titles, and I think Hull's off the ball game was fantastic, from what I saw, and it didn't matter how much possession Man United had.
Hull are still getting disrespected, Chris, because people are still saying they're going to finish with the lowest points tally in the history of the Premier League. Right? They've got 3 points already. They have to get 7 points from now until the end of the season to get the lowest points tally. It's just
Got to play Man U
naivety.
again, so it should be fine.
Exactly, playing Man United again, that's 3 points.
Look, are Hull going to get some humblings off teams? Absolutely. But that's nothing to be ashamed of. This is a newly promoted team. But one thing I do know is that Jakirovic is not going to go into games with his team set up not in the best way possible to get them to try and win a game of football. And
there's no such thing as a plan A with him, is there? It's just the plan. Like the plan for that game is this.
Yeah, and he'll adapt.
Every game is different.
Yeah, he'll adapt. And yeah, there were so many good players. Like Balumi just absolutely terrorised like Luke Shaw, and at times they were bringing over the midfielders. They had 4 players around him who was still getting out with ball, and then Man United were overloading areas so much. I saw some clips afterwards. There was like 10 Man United players all on the right hand side of the pitch.
Yeah.
So you played it, and this happened all game. And Hull just switched play, put Ryan Giles in, and the thing that obviously Jakirovic drilled into him. When the ball goes wide, you get one touch out your feet, and you don't let that Man United defence set, and you deliver the ball. Like the 2 goals Hull scored from set pieces. I saw I can't remember which one it was, but one Man United like podcast basically said that Hull got lucky on 2 set pieces.
That's how you win games. There's sometimes a bit of luck.
But McBurney had already had 2 good chances. Like he had that header, that Lamon save, which was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Hull had other chances in the game. It wasn't just like a snatch and grab like they tried to make it out to be, and make out that
real football, because these sort of things happen. It was just Hull's day, wasn't it? Like that was it.
Yeah, I think Shearer got it right on Match of the Day. He said from the first 5 minutes in that game there was only one team ever going to win it, and Man United did not match Hull's energy at all.
No, it's embarrassing because like then the managers come out. When we talk about Spurs, Deserby said exactly the same thing about his team. Oh, we're not ready yet. We need a couple more weeks to go. And it's like, well, how can Hull and Brentford be so ready now?
Yeah.
It's like, it's a load of shit, isn't
it? Did you see that run from McBurney when he wins the ball back off Aidan Haven, I think it was. Then he just keeps it in play, cuts inside, skins Tielemans, makes him look like he ain't even there.
Well, no, and then they just leave him to it, don't they? They're not even bothered anymore, are they, Man United? They're like, it's like he's absolutely just taking piss out of him, isn't he? Really?
Yeah, he just barely broke stride and was just gliding past him. And I've seen some comments with Scotland fans saying, "Who the hell's this?" But yeah, madness. What a day! And I just love Sergej Jakirovic. He's just
take a draw at Coventry on Saturday, wouldn't you?
And it just keep chipping away at the points now.
4 points from your first 2 games.
Yeah, I'm still convinced that there'll be some.
Who'd you have after Coventry? Someone
Villa.
And
Villa.
I fancy you against Villa the way they're playing at the moment. Like,
yeah, they seem to get it. They seem to always get going after transfer window. Villa, don't they?
I think it's Villa at home, then Chelsea away. Oh, anyway.
You'll be going to both of them, won't you?
Of course I will. Go to everything I can get my hands on, mate. I'll be there. We're off to Stoke Alona on Tuesday night to watch the new signings, me and Elliot. You've got to get on that moment, haven't you? Can they do it on a Tuesday night in Stoke? and if it's raining, can you do it on a wet Tuesday night in Stoke?
It is raining. It's raining in Yorkshire, so I imagine it's raining in Stoke.
So that'll be good for the new signings, won't it? That have come from abroad. Can you do it on a wet Tuesday night in Stoke?
That's probably going to be tougher of the 2 games in the next week.
Well, I'm pretty sure it'll be tougher than Man United because Hull made that look easy, very comfortable.
Who had a tougher game than Arsenal or Hull?
Well, I think that's a debate, isn't it, Chris? I watched the Arsenal game as well, and I am a little bit unsure whether Arsenal are, well, I do know they're simply that good, but are Arsenal just simply that good that it wouldn't have mattered what Coventry did?
I mean, Coventry came out early on. I thought, ooh, are we going to have a day one upset here? They looked bright. They were pressing well. They were putting pressure on us, and I thought, God, a silly goal here could put us on the back heels. But as soon as we got that first goal, the game was over at that point. I think we just were all over them. I mean, we got a lot of stick last season for playing quite defensive and non-progressive football, and I think one thing I've seen in pre-season, and I know it's only Coventry, but one thing I've seen pre-season, we seem a lot quicker about getting the ball out. I don't know if that comes from having Skelly in midfield, and Ødegaard's come back looking absolutely fantastic from the World Cup. But yeah, we just look really bright, really fresh. I was honestly surprised to see players like Rice and Saka playing because I thought there might be a slow return from the World Cup, but no, they both look fit and ready to go. I'd say there's another level to go from this game. There was at times we were a little bit slow. I think the Saka goal was a bit fluky, but it just landed perfectly for him. And he took his chances, and that's what you like to see. But yeah, and then obviously we've got Zolis on the left, who, when we signed him, I was excited about him. He looked like, in my opinion, a bit of an upgrade on Trossard. But he's absolutely brilliant.
I think you're looking at that Zolis deal, aren't you, and seeing that, excuse me, that he's come from the Belgian league, and it is a bit of a step up, and you can watch all the highlights you want, whether they can adapt to the Premier League. But what I loved from what I saw about him is every time he got the ball, he just faced up his fullback and wanted to have a go at him. And yeah, he's definitely got that Trossard-esque about him, isn't he? But I think he's a little bit more mobile than what Trossard is.
I think he's a little less greedy. He puts in a lot of really good balls to his teammates. And that was actually one of my concerns going into the game. I thought, is he not going to take his chances? But there was a moment early on in the game where it was almost Saka-esque. He sort of pulled it across the defence until he could put it on his right foot and took a shot. And although it didn't go in, I thought, we've got something here. As long as he can put some of those away, I think, yeah, we can maybe survive another season without a big marquee signing.
Yeah, I think. Well, I honestly think we're going to live through a bit of an Arsenal dynasty for a bit now because I feel their squad's just insanely good.
That thing is, before the weekend, I was saying I'm a bit worried about Man United. I think they're going to have a season, and then I was a bit worried about City. And obviously, although they did win today, I don't think they won particularly convincing.
I don't know. I watched the City highlights. They absolutely hammered them by the looks of it as well.
Right.
But Arsenal again, they don't concede, do they?
No, absolutely fantastic.
Never concede, and it's just like, and that. But now, like they can attract players now, and people want to come to Arsenal because you're title winners. You've been there and done it now, so the players aren't going to get that nervous. Towards the end of the season, we got a bit nervous and they're blowing it. They finished second.
I'll tell you one thing.
They're not going to have that anymore. They're just going to steam. I think they're just going to steamroll. I think they're going to be in league by 10 points. I honestly do.
One thing that shocked me about the whole, Arsenal have got an unbelievable squad. They've added Ezri Konsa to that, who's been brilliant for Aston Villa. I didn't realise he was literally top for Premier League ground duels last season.
No.
I didn't realise that. I knew he was a good player, seen him plenty of times. But one thing that shocked me about that, and it wasn't so much that Arsenal got him, but when you can see the defensive issues, even at Chelsea or especially at Man United, what was it, 51 million? Around
51 million plus add-ons that we don't know what the add-ons are, but 51 base.
Why would they not go and pursue that deal? Because surely that's...
I think you can negotiate now as Arsenal. You can sort of just dictate the price because they're in such a... Like Man United used to do. Like Man City used to do, and Man City used to always keep buying players for 35 million.
Yeah.
I think once you're champions, it's like... And and you're probably going for a European Cup this time around as well. You can... Once your interest is known, that players are saying, I'm going to them, no matter what.
I do still think we're having a bit of problems with buying and selling. I think once you start shopping in a different market, which obviously I think we're trying to shop in now.
Well, they're going to try and get
problems.
They're going to try and sign someone, aren't they? Because Martinelli looks like he's going to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, Al Hilal potentially.
So must have someone lined up.
Well, it's the Julian Alvarez thing that's been going on all summer. Does he want to go to Barcelona? Does he not?
Barca can't afford him.
I'm not so sure on him. I think he's a great player. Is he really worth all that money though? I'm not quite sure on that, especially when
Well,
we've got Gyökeres and Havertz as well. Give him his credit. He's come back looking fit and firing and ready to go. And another interesting stat: Havertz, Ødegaard, and Saka haven't played together since December 2024. And I think we saw on Friday what that looks like. And yeah, not gonna lie, I didn't mind it so much.
I think Ødegaard is the most disrespected, underrated player in the Premier League. I honestly do.
Yeah.
So good. He works his. It's like Mesut Ozil who runs hard.
yeah, it's his pressing. He triggers the press, doesn't he?
It's absolutely ridiculous. And some of his passes, you saw it at World Cup when he was allowed to pass forward.
Yeah.
It's just a joke. And maybe Arteta has gone, you know what? You could go for it a bit more this season because you've been there. You've proved you can do it now. I don't know, but
that's what it's been like in all our pre-seasons. Like, I don't know if it'll transition to the actual main season, but we've been really attack. Like, there's been none of this sit off and just let them come to us and boot it along, which we were getting frustrated with at the end of last season. It's been, attack. And I think in pre-season we did concede partly because we didn't have some of our starting players, but we were taking more of those risks, and that's what I'd kind of love to see from Arsenal this season, a bit more risk taking, because we know we've got the defence if we need to use it. And I think going 1-2-0 up early on, and then resting, sitting back, I think, it'll be a lot less stressful than holding on to these 1-0 victories that we've got so used to.
Yeah, I think
they're brilliant. They are brilliant. They're absolutely ridiculous, and sometimes they are boring to watch, but Mourinho's teams are boring to watch, and he's been pretty successful, hasn't he? So
yeah, I was baffled by Frank Lampard's choice to. It was almost like he decided we're going to press Arsenal in midfield and try and bully them. I don't know how you bully that team.
What did you say to me before the game? They'll concede a goal from trying to play out the back, and I said, yeah, it'll probably be Havertz that steals it. And although it wasn't quite playing out the back, it was that silly little pass that they tried to put through down the right
down
wing,
the line, instead of
we
just clearing your
intercepted
line,
it, crossed it, and then Havertz put it away. It was silly.
I tell you what, it's a great finish from Havertz, but that pass from Calafiori, bloody hell, what a player
absolutely
he is.
love Calafiori. If he can stay fit this season, love him.
He's so fit though, isn't he? Like when he plays, like I've never seen anyone run as much in my life. Just doesn't stop.
And I've never seen a left back with an heat map like his.
Yeah.
He's everywhere, isn't he? What a player.
Him and Solis on the left, you never know where they're going to be.
Yeah, because Solis drifted right in, didn't he? He was playing as a number 10 quite a lot, wasn't he? And even did a couple of overlaps when Saka got the ball, and he ran in behind between the centre back and the full back, and then crossed it in from the right hand side. He was everywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, look, at the end of the day, for Coventry, your season's not going to be defined whether you get smashed 3-0 by Arsenal.
I mean, they're not staying up though, Coventry, are they? They had Thomas Asante and Ellis Sims up front. He's like, that's not going to score your goals in Premier League, is it?
Oh, we had Elliot Shroud, that cost us 2.8 million. Ollie McBurney and Mo Balumi, and that's what everyone was saying about us.
Yeah, we've come up kind of the wrong time as well, I think. Like, the market is a complete mess. Like, teams like Notts Forest a few years ago were able to come in, buy crap ton of players on reasonably cheap and stay it with that, but
something's going to happen to the market soon. It's got to, because you're going to end up having like a £500 million player. I mean, a £50 million now gets you fucking bang average, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, I think that's one thing I've been happy with Arsenal for this season. Like, we've not been pulled into these big sales. I mean, yeah, we were paid a bit much for Bruno Fernandes, but he's a great player, and yeah, same with Konsa. We paid quite a lot.
Guimaraes, you mean?
Oh, sorry, Bruno Guimaraes. Yeah.
You just said Bruno.
And Zolis was 40 million. Like,
yeah,
a lot of money for a few years ago, but in reality, compared to what's going on the market, like Guimaraes and Konsa and Zolis for like under 200 million.
100 million euros now is like the asking price for anyone who's half decent. Anyone who's above decent, if you know what I mean. Anyone good.
Yeah,
Chelsea try to get 100
million player, is he? Like,
no. But Chelsea try to get 100 million for Pedro now.
Yeah.
And
Like, don't
120
get me
million
wrong,
for
Pedro
Bruno.
Neto's a very
Bruno,
good player,
Enzo.
but Christ,
Well,
100 million.
The market's going to explode. Like, it's going to implode. Like, all I talk about is protecting clubs and making sure clubs don't like keel over or go bust and stuff. But the league's allowing these sort of sales to go through and stuff. It's mental.
Well, hypothetical, Spurs don't pull their act together, have another season like the last two, get relegated. They're looking like they're going to be going down after spending 300 million. Like, it's absolutely nuts.
Well,
As you say,
they're going to spend 200 million more by Monday.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
I mean, a week tomorrow.
Yeah.
A week.
Well, as you say that was the next one I was going to move on to. We have Brentford, who've had a very, very good pre-season, haven't they? They've been getting some very good results. They've been
Sangera, mate. What a player.
Oh, Sangara, yeah.
I listened to the Guardian Football Weekly the other week, and they had this French journalist on, and he basically just said, like, this Sangara played for, I think it was, who finished second in Liga last season? Was it Lens?
Lens, I think.
Lens.
Played for them.
We're not French enough. It was Yorkshire folk. It's Lens.
Yeah. He played for them. And I think he got in team of the year with France, Liga and team of the year. I think he won like best French African player, which there's loads of them in France.
Yeah.
He would just say, like, this midfield is just unbelievably good, and just wait till you watch him. And he absolutely just
39 million quid, I think.
39 million quid, and
which is today's market. Well, I'm not.
It's funny. It's funny when a player doesn't settle in straight away. They always go, got to get up to speed with the Premier League. It's a new country coming in, but good players just come over and are just good at football, and he's just come over and just took piss.
Yeah. Well, from what I saw, it's easy to take the piss against that Tottenham team. Jesus Christ, De Zerbi who just wanted to look like he wanted to dig an hole and stick his head in it. Like, they were horrendous.
I don't understand this whole like notion of like he's like a Champions League top tier manager.
Well, they're paying him that.
I just don't see him as that sort of coach. He did all right at Brighton, but Graham Potter did all right at Brighton. Hurtzler's doing all right at Brighton. I think Brighton and Brentford, I think you need to just ignore who their managers is. I think anyone can manage them.
Yeah, because the model's so good.
The model's so good and it's so tight, and everyone behind the scenes is so like tuned in, finely tuned.
Agreed.
Whereas, De Zerbi went to Marseille, did all right, but he ends up having a bust up with bored and leaving.
Well, he's walked out of about 3 clubs, hasn't he, De Zerbi?
I mean, Thomas Frank, we were all praising him, weren't we, at Brentford? He's gone. You can do the list. Mark Warburton at Brentford, left Brentford, did nothing. I don't think he even manages anymore.
Yeah.
Uwe Rosler, before him, was amazing at Brentford. Went to Leeds, did nothing. I don't think he manages anymore. Thomas Frank, he's left Brentford, done nothing. He ain't got a job anymore.
Well, I think Thomas Frank's a great manager. I just think Spurs is a curse.
Yeah.
And the list goes on. Graham Potter left Brighton.
Like, look, I know Spurs had a lot of players. I don't know whether they were injured, suspended, what was going on, but they had Pedro Porro didn't start. I think Van der Ven didn't play. But they did start. Didn't they start Matías Fernandes that they spent 85 million quid
he was
on?
Bench.
He was on bench, was he?
They had Gallagher, Tell, Tonali, Bergval.
Gallagher's just the definition of an headless chicken, isn't he? Just runs and runs and runs for no reason.
Why spend £85 million on Fernandes and then not start him? It's
baffling, isn't it? But
you can't.
I tell you what, he's not. Loads of people had Kinski in for the fantasy football. I don't understand that. Did you see some of his saves? Like that shot that.
He ain't a number one, is he?
How has he got number one job? I mean, they've just let
Vicario went to Juventus.
Vicario go, haven't they? So,
I think Vicario, yes, he's had his moments, but I think he's a better goalkeeper than Kinski. That shot that Jensen hits,
he just parries it down and just have another go.
It's almost straight at him, and he just it don't even hit his hand, it hits his wrist and just falls in front of him. And wasn't it 2 goals, I think, they scored from absolute tap-ins that came off Kinski because he didn't get a good knock on him. And, yes, you're giving Kinski a bit of flack, and some of them should have done better. Was it Bentancur or whatever who lost the ball in midfield? And then...
Bergvall, I think.
It was Bergvall, you're right, yeah. Bergvall loses the ball in midfield. And then, Jensen just strolls forward, just more or less walks.
They turned down €60 million bid, didn't they, from Newcastle for Bergvall?
Yeah.
I'd have driven him straight up to Newcastle for that.
Yeah, I've just taken him direct.
Tell you what, though, I don't know how Coyote hasn't left Brentford this summer. I would have taken him at us. I absolutely loved him watching him when we played Brentford last season.
Yeah.
And yeah, another goal for him. Absolutely fantastic.
Brentford are just the what's the word for them? They're fearless, aren't they? They know what their system is. They'll get at you. They don't care who they're playing.
Well, it's like Bournemouth.
So like you said, Keith Andrews has gone in there, hasn't he? And no one knew anything about him. Wasn't he set piece coach before he took over?
Set piece coach, yeah.
Yeah, and good old monotone Keith is absolutely smashing it. They look very good. Very, very good. So fair play to Brentford and Tottenham. Well, it looks like they're going to need a miracle because
it sounds like they're going to spend another 200 million quid before the window shuts. They've agreed £85 million for Savinho, which I don't know if he's worth that at all. I don't know how Man City have got.
Well, he's not worth that. It's just because they don't want to pay. Man City are doing the dodgy deal, aren't they? Because they don't want to pay the 15% sell-on fee for Marmoush. So they're making the fee for Savinho higher. That's disgusting.
They're getting Marmoush on loan with what
an obligation.
An obligation to buy for 50 million quid if
59.
If criteria is met. I don't know if that sell-on clause or anything like what they've got ends this season or whatever, but it's very strange how they're getting them out on loan.
Odd.
And then paying £50 million next summer.
Yeah, but we know these Premier League clubs love doing dodgy deals. They'll sell bloody youth players to each other to get round FFP.
It sounds like they're going to try and ship out the Richarlison finally. I think that was his last chance against Brentford.
Who's going to take him, mate? He was horrendous. I can't say how bad he was. He was awful.
And I've never known a player who thinks he's that good compared to what he is. He thinks he's on Messi level, and he's like.
Well, he were all right pre-Spurs. He were all right, Evan, and now
maybe it's just Spurs kills you. No matter what.
Harry Kane didn't win anything at Spurs, and he's one of England's best goal scorers, and now he's absolutely banging them in.
He is a good player, isn't he? Bloody hell! Yeah. Right, let's move on. Everton against Crystal Palace, 2-0 Everton. Cherno Barry, one that I said to watch out for last season, didn't really have the season I thought he was going to, but he got his opening day goal. But from what I saw of that game, I think Everton did deserve the win in the end, but they were lucky to not be 2-0 down because Palace did have the chances. Unbelievable save from Pickford for Nketiah one.
Everton's team baffles me every time I look at it. I just think it looks absolute shit. And it'll finish ninth comfortably. Do you know what I mean?
I think Ndai's looking like a promising player. I think they want something daft like 100 million for him if he were to go.
Decent. Yeah. Barry and Beto, decent strikers.
I'll tell you what, props to Harrison Armstrong and Aidan Hackney because they were very good in midfield for him.
Yeah.
And Moyes pretty much admitted it. He's had to play him neither of them would have been playing. It's injuries that's forced him to put them in so early. And neither of them would have been playing, and they really held their own. I thought Tyreek George had a good play,
I like him.
A good game.
I do like him.
I like him. It was just the fee they paid for him I thought was a bit odd.
Yeah.
30 million quid, wasn't it?
Well, again, we go back to the market.
Yeah, maybe I'm just not up with the times with how daft the market is.
50 million quid gets you a ready player who's not even that good, just ready for Premier League.
Yeah.
£30 million gets you someone who will be ready for Premier League in about a year's time.
Mm.
It's just ridiculous. I think Palace will be in the relegation scrap by you guys this season. I think
I'm not sure on that. I think they've got enough. I'm not sure they'll.
I think it's the fact that
I think Adam Wharton's going to get taken off him this week.
We've already declined a bid from City for Wharton, from what I've heard.
Yeah,
but
for me, Mateta's in his contract dispute, isn't he? Which obviously ain't going to go down well.
Yeah, he don't want to be there.
He's Malisar. Yeah, he's off to Galatasaray, isn't he? That's a big loss. Unless they obviously do some work in the market, it's losing them players is going to be a big ask for him. But it is a new manager.
Liverpool are desperate for a centre midfielder.
Yeah, they have got Super Tomiyasu though, and I'd have love for him to come back to us. He's a fantastic.
So would I, but he's
too injury prone. But
just look at his injuries. His injuries look like my takeaway list. It's outrageous. It is outrageous. Yeah, I do like Tomiyasu though when he is fit. Moving on then again, Ipswich beating Sunderland. Jack Clarke scoring a goal, the winning goal against his old club.
What I loved about that is he celebrated.
Oh yeah,
I love that, and all the Sunderland fans are killing him for it. And it's like he literally gets employed by someone else who pays him money. Like he's allowed to celebrate a good goal. Yeah, it's not like he's from Sunderland.
No, they're going from Leeds, didn't they?
Yeah,
he's a Leeds youth player. How many years did he even spend at Sunderland? I get the people who don't want to celebrate.
He got him from Spurs, even, didn't he?
Yeah, because he went Leeds to Spurs and then he went to Sunderland. I get it, but surely you've got to be at a club for a good, 8 years or something. The way you don't want to, you really don't want to celebrate because you.
I know, but it was a good goal and all, wasn't it? Like imagine scoring that at Premier League, dying embers at game, and you won match for your club. I think emotions just took it out of him. I don't think he even realised he was celebrating against his old club. He just scored a great goal.
Yeah, moment takes over. Well, he uses Ballard unbelievably well, doesn't he? Ballard
almost bends it around him. It's like Henry.
Yeah,
it's like
he was. Sunderland looks all right though. It looks quite an even game. I thought Enciso had a very strong game for him. For Ipswich, he was causing no end of problem for Sunderland, and it was a very tight game. I think, obviously, well done to Ipswich for.
I think similar to your place. I think Portman Road was rocking, mate, and I think it was Ipswich were always going to win that game of football on that day. I think it was
just the home advantage. I think, yeah. I mean, I honestly thought Sunderland had walked that game, so was quite shocked with the result in the end. But
do you know much about that left back they signed, BB?
Who's left back?
Sunderland signed a left back from Toulouse. Apparently, he's quite good.
I don't even know who they've bought, mate.
Right. Other than that, they've only signed his name. All they've signed is a left back and right back, haven't they? All summer, and people are getting a bit. Don't think it's good enough for. One of them's not good enough. You don't think it's enough for this season because they got Europe this season.
But is it because they spent so big last year? They've got to be smart and not. You can't just keep doing it.
If you're in Europe, you've got stricter PSR rules, haven't you? Than if you're not.
Yeah.
So maybe they are at that limit.
But what people forget is it isn't so much on how much money you spend; it's your wage bill. To how much it's your wage bill to revenue, isn't it? Of what the judge. So that's Villa's issue of having to get rid of players.
Because the new SCR rules, they've changed it from PSR this season. It's SCR. I don't know what it stands for, but like the reason why Spurs, that's the one. The reason why Spurs can spend so much money this season is because they host NFL games. They host like Beyonce's done their stadium. It's like all that money gets included.
Well, I'll tell you what.
So it's just like
all it means really.
Advantage if you like one of them clubs.
Yeah, the big six clubs are always going to stay strong because I don't know how anybody ever gets into it. Because how do you even grow big enough anymore to then build a big enough stadium to host these events? To generate yourself more revenue because they're never going to be able to do it. Aston Villa have got Champions League for something like 4 of the last 5 seasons and are having to sell
all the best players.
the best players every year. Because
Yeah.
it's a sad story, I think, especially when the owners are so bloody rich.
It's almost like you've got to invest
they're
more
owned by
into
like they're owned
club
by
than you do
multiple
players.
They're like
Oh,
2
no.
billionaires, isn't it? Or is it 3 that own Villa?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, one of the
There's-
richest owners in league now.
I just honestly think, and I don't think.
Didn't they get to like, the Champions League quarter final as well when they lost to PSG as well?
Yeah.
You know, so it's like the last time they were. Yeah, I mean, the last time they went in it, and it's a bigger format now. So they must have made like 50, 60 million just from that Champions League.
It's all about your commercials and sponsorship and all that stuff.
Yeah, but I just think
wobbins on your sleeve, and it's not just because BB likes biscuits.
Yeah.
I think they just need to bring it in where there's whatever sort of payment they want to call it, but where the chairman can't take a loan out against the club. He can't borrow the money to then put the money into the club. But if the chairman has 50 million quid that he just wants to give to the club, he can never claim it back. It's not a loan to the club from him. If they want to put in 50 million quid and they go through a specific scheme, which means you are just giving them 50 million quid, for example, and I can't get it back. And as long as they can prove that 50 million quid hasn't come from them loaning the money from somewhere else, like what Chelsea are doing, constantly borrowing money from elsewhere, then I think they should let them do it, because it's the only way.
I think owners should be allowed to invest in the clubs in other ways. So it doesn't have to always be players, sales and things like that. But like stadium renovations, why does that affect what players you can buy? Like Everton have been absolutely screwed over the last few seasons by building a bigger stadium.
Yeah, Arsenal were, weren't they? Emirates.
Well, we had how many years have been
like 10
underspending just because we built a new stadium, and then like Tottenham get gifted a stadium, basically West Ham get gifted a stadium, all these things, and they're able to just
Right, quickly moving on through the last few. Leeds United, that man Anton Stack has done it again. He can half hit a free kick, him, can't he?
Yeah, I've not seen much about this.
no.
I think they played poor from what I saw. From what Leeds. I've read. Yeah, Leeds.
Yeah, I
they've got they've got a good goalkeeper, so it's going to get you through.
I mean, these are two teams that I'd be looking at to be relegated this season, so it was kind of a bottom of the league clash for me. I think.
Well, you thought they're both going to struggle, do you?
Yeah, I don't see what they've done to pull themselves up from where they were last year, and they were both teasing relegation last year.
I like Oliver Glasner though.
Yeah, I do as well.
I mean, yeah, but let's be right with Leeds. If it weren't for West Ham and Tottenham, especially shit in the bed, they would have been right in it, wouldn't they?
Yeah, and well,
surely Tottenham aren't down there again this season. Sure.
What, 3 years in a row have been shit?
Well, they finished 17th twice, you know.
Yeah. And bloody hell, when it rains, it pours. Aston Villa, bloody hellfire. Not only are you 3-0 down in, what was it? Sorry, 4-0 down after 31 minutes. 9 minutes later, Yao Gomez decides he's going to kick out at someone.
Yeah.
That is madness, isn't it? All of Villa's goals, please don't think I'm taking anything away from Brighton. All of the goals pretty much come from the fact Aston Villa just would try to play out at back. They kept pinching it off him. It was like their own downfall.
I mean, Villa started off so slow last season, didn't they? And then that 10-game winning run. I
don't know. Have they lost too many players? I mean, it sounds like
I thought
Ollie Watkins gone yet, but if he hasn't, I think he's on the way out.
Well, Martinez was out of the squad today as well. So I don't know where he's going.
Bizot played in goal.
Bizot played. He's not that good. Like Suzuki was on. Yeah, I don't understand that. Like a goalkeeper's a goalkeeper. Just put him in. Like
what tactical advice does he need to have? Can you please catch the fucker when it comes in the box, please?
Yeah, catch it and stop him from going at net, please. Yeah, cheers. Right.
Yeah.
Do we think Emi Martinez is out, or I heard he had a finger injury or something like that?
Well, he's leaving, isn't he?
100% leaving. They've signed that Suzuki for 30 million quid to be number one, aren't they? So
yeah, but you look at that team they've put out, and we did worry about this last year. You've got Bizot, Matty Cash, decent right back, Pau Torres and Lindelof at centre half that are okay. Ian Matson at left back, Kamara, who looked good from last year, but then they've got Ross Barkley next to him, João Gomez, John McGinn, George Hemmings, who must be a youth player at Villa, and then they've gone with Emi Buendia playing as a false nine.
Let's face it, though, he's an absolute unit. That goal he scored against PSG, just absolutely bullied the centre half. You know, I think he could. How old is he? He's young, isn't he? Oh no, he's old. I'm thinking the wrong player. Buendia started, didn't he?
You're thinking of Maggio.
Yeah,
Maggio's the side. Maggio did.
Maggio's injured. So he wasn't.
That's what they did wrong. He shouldn't be injured.
He wasn't available. Like, I didn't see this game because I was out playing football myself. But from what I've seen in the highlights, bloody hell, it looked bad for Villa. They were just giving the ball away in dangerous positions, and Brighton capitalised on it. And
they're going to sign three players though by window. They're getting him. They've agreed a contract with Leon Goretzka.
Yeah.
They're going to probably most likely sign Nicholas Jackson, which I know people take the piss out because he missed a lot for Chelsea. But
yeah, I really like him as well.
He's a good centre forward, and they're going to sign a centre half, aren't they, from someone because of Konza leaving? So
yeah, like, I'm under no illusions that what I'm saying now about Aston Villa is just based on the performance today, because Unai Emery is an unbelievable manager, and I think
they just leave it late in the window to get the best deal. But but it's almost like you sacrifice your first couple of games every season by doing that.
Yeah, well, where did they finish last year?
Fourth. Third.
Was it?
I thought it was fifth.
Yeah. What, Villa? I can't remember where.
It was fourth, because wasn't it something stupid like if they finished fifth, 6 players got the Champions League.
Yeah, right, okay, yeah.
Because they finished fourth.
Yeah,
that is 6 players to get the Champions League.
Yeah.
Liverpool drew the last game. Well, lost and drew the last 2 games of the season. So, yeah.
Villa, so Manchester City then get the win against Bournemouth. Blair, you said from what you've seen. Again, I wasn't in, so I'd missed this game.
Yeah. I watched the highlights.
Odd choice, Matt Gurley starting in midfield.
Yeah. When you've got two defensive midfielders on your bench,
gets a goal though. I've not seen anything.
When I say battered him, I think they had a lot of chances. Obviously, in the 2-minute highlight spell I've watched, I don't think Bournemouth created a lot of clear-cut chances, but by the sounds of it, they played very well, Bournemouth.
Yeah.
But Man City, Gay missed a bloody absolute point-blank range header, which he should have scored a lot earlier. Haaland, it was a perfect cross by Rico Lewis.
Oh, I didn't see that. It's hip or something, didn't it? That.
Yeah, Haaland just literally misjudged the ball, which is like unlike him.
Any other day, you'd probably bloody chuck himself at that. Yeah.
To get your goal and then to go right, we're going to go and win this game now with 2 minutes to go. That's great character. And I actually thought they weren't going to do anything this season, Man City. But after that, maybe it's going to be Man City Arsenal again, which is boring, isn't it?
Well, they've started Nico O'Reilly playing as number 10, and then it looks like they've brought on Ryan Shirky. I don't like.
He has to start every game, doesn't he?
Right, Shirky is so good. He must just be an absolute muppet on training pitch, because you watch the way he plays games, he looks like he can't be arsed, and he's got that demeanour, but every time he gets the ball, he does something with it, and he's kind of got that like laziness about him, and that demeanour. However, he's one hell of a footballer.
The goal he scored against Arsenal last season, probably goal at season.
Yeah, it was very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's fantastic, and I don't understand how you're starting the likes of Phil Foden or bloody.
Well, you're starting
Nico
some menu on the
field over him.
on the left. Swap. Foden has.
The Semenyo thing on the left's bizarre, isn't it? Considering how important he's been for Man City. I know it's a different manager with different ideas, but Semenyo on that right hand side was what has been one hell of a threat for Man City, hasn't he, over the last year?
Do you think his selection today was a bit of a message to the club to say, "Go get me players"?
Well,
Now I want a midfielder. I know we spent 120 million on Anderson or whatever, but
they've agreed a fee for that Moroccan lad.
I don't know if you guys know how good he is, because he is
he's brilliant, his body.
absolutely mustard. That is one hell of a signing. He's just going to dictate midfield games, no problem.
How do they do it every season? It's just not.
Well, 200 million all across two players. I wouldn't say that's doing it, but they're paying for the players that other people aren't willing to pay for.
Yeah. He's basically a left-footed Rodri. That's how old is he?
10
like
years
19,
younger.
isn't he?
He's like 19 years old. He's about 6'4". Yeah, he's built for Premier League. He'll be unbelievable. He'll just sit in midfield and get that team ticking. One hell of a signing is that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Man City get it done. Like I say, Bournemouth, their season's not going to be defined whether you lose to Manchester City.
Well, they've got a great team, Bournemouth, by the way. When you look at their team now, as a Wednesday fan, it makes me feel physically sick how good their team is.
I think Krupi could have been the difference today. Obviously, he's out injured.
Yeah.
When you're missing such.
Well, that Ryan they've got is unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah, Ryan's unbelievable. Alex Scott, brilliant player.
Alex Scott. Chelsea are really trying to get Alex Scott out, aren't they? But I don't think
Chelsea have got enough players; they can calm down.
I really like their left back as well. That tougher
Kluivert as well. I really like him.
Yeah.
Evan
Nielsen's a good centre forward as well.
And the last game
for mid-table, don't you? At least.
Yeah. Bournemouth will be absolutely fine. Great side. And the last game, surely everyone, with everything going on at Newcastle, the amount of people going, I said to Chris when we were on the way to football to play, I said, you know what, I fancy Newcastle to get something. Just because I think, similar to the whole thing, everyone going against them and worrying about everything that's going on. And it
was a Kevin Keegan tribute today, though, wasn't it? It was I know he played for Liverpool, but the Geordies absolutely bloody adore him, don't they?
Yeah. And I haven't seen this game. Did Liverpool look suspect defensively again?
Slightly.
It's their midfield, and it was letting them down. Liverpool.
Well, it won't be Van Dijk's fault, will it? Christ.
Slightly controversial though this game, wasn't it? I
hadn't seen
final
anything,
kick of the game.
I did think last season that Paul Konate got so much flack for him trying to cover the mistakes that Van Dijk were making, but no one never seemed to point out that Van Dijk ever made a mistake.
I don't make mistakes.
His legs have gone on. It's that's just a fact.
I know, but at those ages, it does just happen overnight, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's just all of a sudden you lose those 2 yards of pace or whatever, and you're just not quite on it. And I'm not saying Van Dijk's a bad player. He's still a good player, but he's just obviously not at the levels he was at.
In his head, he's still trying to play like no one can outpace him.
Yeah,
but everyone can pretty much outpace him. So
I saw that Alanga goal, and they just seemed to just burst through him.
Well, if you watch that goal back, you see Alanga like motoring from like a right back position.
Yeah,
he's absolutely full of head of steam. Like by the time he receives ball, like no one will catch him at that pitch.
Yeah,
and you sort of forget, like, didn't you, like all them players that left Newcastle. When you look at lineup, you go, oh, Rissa and Alanga. Oh, they're not actually bad. No. Couple of players, them.
Well, I quite like Harvey Barnes as well. Obviously, I don't think he's gonna. Yeah. You need to improve on Harvey Barnes, but if you play Harvey Barnes, he's
honest. He's an honest player.
Yeah. Lewis Alt, brilliant left back.
Still got Sven Botman.
Yeah, and they spent quite a bit of money on that Dedic, didn't they? The right back.
And this German manager they got, I know they got it from Al Hilal, but his managerial record, I think, he's got like a 75% win rate.
Yeah, so I think people have overlooked Newcastle. I don't think I don't think they're going to be anything to sing and dance about this year, but I don't think they're going to be as poor as what everyone thinks they are.
Well, a bit. Well, the thing is, because they're not superstars. I mean, I've just said it about Everton. You sort of forget how good they are, don't you? Like Joe Willock, great player.
Yeah.
But
Well, he took his goal well, didn't he? Bloody hell, what a finish that was.
You know, if you was playing Football Manager, you'd never thinking, oh, I'm going to go and sign Joe Willock.
Yeah, he's not that big name, is
he? But he's still a very, very good footballer.
Yeah.
But that goal, their second goal, Newcastle, I mean, Rissa did well to like get it out of under his feet, and then Willock did the same. Absolutely just killed that one. And Alisson's a great goalkeeper.
Yeah, what's the issue with the Liverpool midfield though? Because they've gone with Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, and Wirtz.
Yeah, everyone was the same as non-existent. Just getting cut through like butter every time Newcastle wanted to play through it.
Well, it's not very physical midfield, is it? Though very attacking.
Gravenberch did a good job for him, didn't he, a couple of years ago, and then seems to have not got back to that same level.
Yeah, Gravenberch was just he was like a stopgap player, though, wasn't he? He was just a cheap alternative because I can't remember who they wanted to get and they couldn't get him. So they just got Gravenberch in for like what, £6 million or something?
Caicedo or
it was Caicedo,
yeah.
And I don't think he was actually signed to be a number 6, was he either?
Yeah, he's a bit more dynamic than that.
But they're just like he's just sort of like just fell into that role. I mean, if I was Liverpool, and you know, last season proved that they don't care about having that pride of not spending money anymore, but just go and give Crystal Palace 150 million quid and get Adam Wharton because he'll be a midfielder for 10 years.
Well, I said it last year. I still think Adam Wharton will end up at Real Madrid one day. I think he's that good.
Yeah, he is. He's been, and if I'm Liverpool, he's from the northwest. Just go and spend a bit of your budget from next season on him now because, like I say, you've got him for 10 years. He's like 19 years old.
Like, I've not seen it, so I don't want to comment too much on that game from a Liverpool perspective. But on paper, the team looks very good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think they got lucky though at the end there. Slight controversy around the after 95 plus minutes penalty. I think when you watch it back, it probably is a penalty, but yeah, I think they did get a little bit lucky on that one.
I've seen stuff like that not given though.
Yeah, because I think regardless, yes, there's contact, but he knows what he's doing, doesn't he? He instigates it.
He certainly won it, but once it's given, no one's overruling them.
Yeah. I've seen it from two different angles. First angle I saw it, and I thought, like, has he bought that foul? And then the second time I saw, is it Lewis Hall sort of knee goes into his thigh? But I think it's either way, it's clever, and he's managed to win himself a penalty, and it hasn't been overturned. 2-2, not bad for either side, really. I think.
Hey, Gakpo's goal, by the way. I don't know if you've seen it, but he absolutely rasped that in.
Yeah, and I didn't get a chance to watch that highlight package properly because I missed the game. But I think I tried to watch it and I saw only the Elanga one with him bursting through.
And in fact, that could be his last goal for Liverpool because it sounds like he wants to go to Tottenham and all for some reason.
Well, with them getting Savinho and Mamouche, they're going far.
They want all three, don't they? They want all three. They just want to completely revolutionise side, don't they?
Well, they need a miracle, probably. Absolutely terrible. Right, lads. Well, thanks for this week. I think we've covered all the fixtures. It's been enjoyable to get back to it. And
quickly, it's Fulham Chelsea tomorrow.
Ooh. What's your predictions? I'm going 2-2.
Yeah, I think it'll be an exciting game. I think Arbelow is a really good manager for Fulham, and he signed a few of his mates from Real Madrid. So I mean, you don't play for Real Madrid for nothing. They're going to be decent players who he's brought in.
Well, before World Cup, mate, apparently just because you wear Zidane's number and play for Real Madrid, you're not that good. Turns out Jude Bellingham's fucking brilliant.
Scored again yesterday for Real Madrid.
Of course he did. He's absolutely mustard, isn't he? Yeah. What's your prediction from that game then, Chris?
Oh, I don't know. I think Chelsea are such an unknown, are they? Like, I could see them either getting beaten 2-0 or winning 3-2, 3-1. Like, they've got a lot of players to keep happy, but on paper, you look at that squad and you think, wow, that should be winning the league. But it's also Chelsea, so they'll probably lose it.
So I've gone 2-2. What are you going for?
Oh, I will take my
I agree,
reputation.
2-2. I think 2-2.
2-0 to Fulham. Fuck Chelsea.
He hates them. Yeah, right. Fulham 2-0 for Chris. That'll ruffle a few feathers in the comments. Right, lads. Well, thanks a lot, and I'll see you next week.
Cheers, gents.